Hello guys, and welcome back to FWM News, episode 21. Now, I haven't made an FWM episode or FWM News episode since like April of 2023, of like 3 months ago, so I've been a little lazy, I'll be honest, and there's been some very important news, and there will be a separate FWM News video coming out on the other news in like a week maybe, but this video is focused specifically on one piece of news, WWC, which stands for Wonders of the World Contest. And basically, it's a contest that happened in 2007 where Roblox players had to create their own games based off real wonders of the worlds like ancient wonders that were like very impressive buildings thousands of years ago. They had to recreate those built in Roblox, and the best builds would get prizes like ticks and stuff like that. And this time, in FWM, FlexibleBanjo, or JPG, decided to recreate that with his own FWM WWC contest. This time, the top 4 winners, or the top 4 people who have the best games, which will be voted by the community on July 31st, like the players will vote on a Google form, and the moderators will vote, and the top 4 entries that receive the most votes will have their games added to FWM, and each will receive like their own FWM currency called FWM points. So yeah, but the main thing is that their games will be implemented, and today we will be reviewing the entries. Now the thing is, the contest started on June 30th, and it ends on July 30th, so you still have a few days. You can submit it in, if you make the contest in 2 days, if you make an entry in 2 days, you can either submit it in the official FWM group wall or on the FWM Discord server. There will be a link to that in the description. Now before we start, please like the video, guys. These videos do not get enough likes, and let's start reviewing the entries. Okay, so we are in the first one, called Freaks Sky City, and I also just want to say that all of these entries will be in the description if you want to play them yourselves. The links will be in the description, and also if you want more news about this contest, because there's a lot, then go to the official FWM game, go to the news tab, and there will be a posted on June 30th describing the WWC contest in more detail. So yeah, this is the Freak Sky City, and let's review it. So we can see we have a Super Ball tool, we have a trip tool, which I guess trips people, and yeah, it's a pretty short game. It's like a city in the sky, original concept. Yeah, so we have like chairs here, we have a checkerboard pattern, a Dynablocks character. Flex will get mad at me for saying that. Yeah, so it's, I mean, there's not that much to review. I just fell. But yeah, it's a pretty small game, but it's good, you know, it's short, but sadly, it's not enough to win the contest. Let's go to the next entry. Okay, guys, so this one is a good game, but the problem is, it's just too small. Like, first of all, there's these boats. I'm not sure if they work in modern Roblox, because this was made in an older client, so let me just see, will this work? No, either I'm dumb or it's just not working. Now, this is the Lighthouse of Alexandria, made by CrazyBlocks234 FWM admin. Now, the thing with this game is, it's the only entry out of like 10 entries so far that is actually based off a real ancient wonder of the world, one of the 7 ancient wonders. It's called the Lighthouse of Alexandria, and it's a good build. I'm not going to climb up all of it because it would take too long, but the only problem is, even though you have all these tools you can play with, you know, the brick battle tools, the game is just too small, and it's just too empty. It's just, look, it's a big tower, I mean, nice builds, it's just empty. So while this is one of the better ones, it's still not good enough to even get top 4, in my opinion. So let's move on to the next entry. Okay, now this is an entry that very few people have seen. It's called Abandoned Hills, and first of all, it's not even made in like 2007 Roblox. And I mean, maybe it is, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if these are 2007 colors. And even if it is 2007 Roblox, which I'm not so sure about, it's just so empty. It's a small map. It's okay, probably worse than the Library of Alexandria though. I mean, not the library, the lighthouse, and the Flying Sky City. I think this might be one of the less advanced entries. It's okay, you can see that time was spent on it, I just don't think it's enough. Again, go check all of these out in the description, but we will be moving on to the next entry. Okay guys, now this is an entry made by Coonan the Conehead. Its name is The Wonders of the World, and yeah, Coonan's a pretty well-known player, so let's check this out. We can see it's like elements, we can see like a bunch of elements, or like just different landscapes, like that's over there's lava, that's like, I don't know what that is. This is like a desert. And yeah, we can see it. There's a volcano in front. And it's okay, you know, it's pretty big. Just kind of repetitive, and it gets a little boring, I think. So maybe not top 4 material, but so far it's still a pretty good entry. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. So there's really not enough time to explore all of these entries fully. So we will be moving on, but like I just said earlier, guys, feel free to check out all of these entries entirely because they will be linked in the description. Also, please like the video. I need likes because, you know, my YouTube channel is kind of failing. And yeah, let's go on to the next entry. Okay, guys, sorry if it's being a little loud outside. Lawnmowers are being, very annoying. But yeah, so we are now in Nettie Jr.'s entry. He's another very prominent FWM player. And yeah, he says that it's only like 53% done so far. It really doesn't have a name yet. And he doesn't have that much time. As I'm recording this, it's July 27th. The contest ends on July 30th, so he only has 3 days to finish half of the project. And he's already spent like 15 days working on the first half. So as we can see, it's like an explorer game. There's a pyramid over there, a fort over there. I don't really have the time to explore everything. But yeah, it's a good game, and let's move on to the next entry. Okay, guys, so next we have the tallest hotel in Robloxia. It's another WWC submission, and while it looks good, the only problem is that the floors are copy and pasted. So all of these floors are just the same thing. It can get boring, and also, I forgot to mention, Nettie Jr.'s place probably is just barely not enough for top 4. This is definitely not enough for top 4. I'm sorry. And we're going to be moving on to the next entry. Okay, guys, so now we are in Smallville. And the reason why this won't be top 4, or maybe even top 10, is because it's just a bunch of free models, and it's a short game. You can tell some effort was put into it. It's just not enough, guys. Nettie Jr.'s maybe like top 6. This is probably, like I just said, not even in the top 10. After this one, we're actually going to be going into the top entries, like the best entries. So this will be the last entry, like the last entry that's not so good. After this, it will really get challenging, and each one of these entries that are coming up next has a good chance of being top 5 or top 4. So, let's get into it. Okay, so I lied. This one is called the FWM Museum, and this one is definitely not going to be in the top 5. This is just the last kind of bad one, and, you know, it's just not that good. You guys can see why. So we'll be moving on to the actually good entries now, besides Nettie Jr. and some of the other entries. Like, a lot of these entries that we already said were good, just too small. Nettie Jr.'s was kind of good, but after this, the entries get really good. So yeah, we got through this one, and let's just move on to the next entry. Okay, so this one is by my good friend, Sahelanthropus8. I probably said that really wrong, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But yeah, this one is called, like, the Kingdom of the Cactuses. Something like that. I'm sorry if I just said that wrong. But yeah, he said that he spent over 200 hours on this one, but only like 20 hours on building. A lot of it was just lag. But yeah, it's a nice level. It's really big. The castle's a little empty, though, so I'm not sure if it'll be top 4, but it's definitely a close contender. It's a really good game. I do recommend that you check it out fully. There's just not enough time in this video, and we will be moving on to the next entry, though, and this one will be made by Lime FL. Okay, guys, so now we are in Pillage the Village, the entry by Lime FL, one of my other good friends, and yeah, it's a good entry. It actually has music. Not sure if you guys can hear that, but it does have music. It's the only entry with music, so that's cool. And basically, it's like a Pirates versus Warriors game. Pretty big map, a little boring maybe, so I'm not sure if it'll be top 5. I think it'll be top 5. I'm not sure about top 4, though. It might be tied with another entry that will be coming up soon. The one after this one that I'm about to show. But yeah, I think it has a good chance of being top 4. And maybe just a little boring because it's a big map. And without any other players, it just could be boring. So guys, we will be going now to the next entry, and this is a truly last entry that I don't think will be top 5. I made a mistake, okay? So I don't think the next entry will be top 5. Let's go to it right now. Okay guys, so this one is called the Statue of Builder Boy, and while I think it's a really good build, you guys can see how much effort was put into this. There's also some other buildings. I just don't think the map's big enough, or I just don't think there's enough gameplay in this map for it to actually be a top 4 contestant. It would probably be like 6th or 5th place. I just barely think it's not enough. So again, really good build. I recommend you guys check it out. But now we will be moving on to the actually really good builds, excluding Lime FL and Nettie Jr. and Sahel because they were already featured and really good. But let's go to the real top 4. Okay guys, so we are at the underwater cliff at Rove Beach, made by Shane Was Lost, another pretty prominent player. And I feel like this will be the top 4. I feel like either this will be third place or fourth place, or Limes will be third place or fourth place. The one we just played like I think 2 entries ago, you know, the one with the pirates, I feel like that'll be fourth place, and this might be third place, or we can flip that. So yeah, this is a really good build, maybe a little boring, but the build is good. It has a lot of good gameplay. I can't explore it all right now, but it's like a brick battle game, kinda, and again, like I just said, it has really good builds. You have to climb out of the cliff. Also, guys, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place this video. I'm just rushing it out really. Like, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just trying to rush this out really quickly. And we will be moving on now to the top 2. Also, I just want to say I might be a little biased because, you know, one of my entries is top 2. So let's just move on to it right now. Now, this one is called Secrets of the Alpha Temple. It's by CrazyPup2009, another prominent player. And I feel like this one will either be number 1 or number 2. So either way, it will be implemented almost for sure. Now, there's an interact tool. We can talk to people. And it's a really good game, some really good builds. It's a pretty long game. It has good gameplay. My only complaint is that some of the puzzles in this game, because it's like a puzzle game, you know, you have to solve things, you have to progress. Some of the puzzles can be very hard to figure out. That is like one of its only bad sides or downsides, and the puzzles can be a little bit annoying. So while the gameplay is good, it's just hard to like cycle throughout the entire game. So now, we will be going to my entry, which I put a lot of effort into, and I truly do think that it will be either number 1 or number 2. So let's go to my entry right now. Guys, we are now in my entry, which is Mount Olympus, which is the Greek home of the Greek gods, guys. So now we have a mountain, and the goal of the game is to climb the mountain and reach Mount Olympus. But, guys, there's also secret chests hidden, which don't give you anything, but they're fun to find. And, yeah, there's also brick battle tools, you can play with them. It's a functioning kills and deaths system. I put a lot of decoration into this, guys, so I really think it's either number 1 or number 2. And there is good gameplay, and yeah, I just think it's a good game. As we can see on the inside, I did all, like, statues here of, like, Greek heroes. They don't have names, though. That's a statue of Hercules, the big one. That's a mosaic. Some paintings in the background, like a museum, and there's challenges to find chests, or you could just climb up the mountain without taking challenges. Like, yeah, it's a pretty big mountain. There's some other things in the distance, like over there, in like the very distance, away from the mountain, we can see a ship. We can also see like another golden temple, and yeah, I think it's a really fun one. I really think, guys, please just check this one out. I beg of you guys. Go in the description, play my game, maybe like it, and just give it some visits, guys, because it's a little low on visits, and I need to make sure that people know about this one. So yeah, it's a really good game, in my opinion. Not biased at all, obviously. And you guys should really check this one out. And check it out fully, because there's a lot to offer in this game. There's like at least 10 minutes of solid gameplay. It has regeneration scripts, introduction scripts, as you guys just saw. And it also has brick battle tools, so if other players play, you can battle them. Chests to find that will take you at least a few minutes extra to find. And yeah, it's just a really fun game. I think this will be number 1 or number 2. And let's finish off this episode of FWM News. Okay, guys, so we are back in Robloxopolis, the current headquarters of FWM News. Let's just say if my game wins, there may be a new headquarters. I'm not going to say more, though. So yeah, I counted, and there are 14 entries in total, but only 4 of those can win. So I will again say one more time the entries that I do think will be top 4. In 4th place, I think we will see either Lime's entry, the Pirates one, or Shane's entry. Same for 3rd place. Though if I had to guess, I think that Shane's entry, the Seacliff one, will be 4th place. Lime's entry, the Pirates one, will be 3rd place. The Alpha Temple will be 1st place, and I think mine will be 2nd place. Though, because of the Alpha Temple's difficulty in, like, solving things, mine could be 1st place. So I think that either 3 and 4 and 2 and 1 can both be switched. So I think the top 4 can be switched. Like, all of them can be switched away from each other. They're all good games. Just each of them lack something. Except mine, again, no bias at all. I'm sorry if this episode of FWM News was just scrambled together, and I'm tired. I just woke up, and I need to get this episode out. Another reminder, please subscribe and like. These videos do not get enough subscribers and likes. Please, I'm desperate. And yeah, all the games that I just played, all the entries, all the 14 entries will be linked in the description. Please check them out. Please check mine out because I need those visits. And I will also have a link to the FWM Discord. So on July 31st, when the voting happens, you can go to the Discord, go to the Google form that will be posted, and you can vote. And I may even post a Google form on my YouTube channel, so you don't need the Discord in order to vote. Guys, I'm asking of you, I'm begging, please vote. You don't know God, I can't even talk, I'm sorry guys. You don't know how important it is to vote, because there has not been an FWM event like this for over a year, and it is your chance to have your voice heard for which games you think are the best. So please vote, guys. Either join the FWM Discord server and use the Google form link that will be posted there on July 31st, or maybe I will post a link outside of the Discord server on July 31st. Look at my channel for updates, and that's it, guys. Subscribe to 500 subscribers, and peace out.